Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel, like, and share with a friend. It helps us out a ton. Today, this article comes from WOR, and it reads, Spider-Man 4 shoots in May. Andrew Garfield hints at a potential return. After much speculation and original John Watts exiting the franchise, Daniel Destin Cretton from Shang-Chi recently signed up to direct Spider-Man 4, and we talked about this, guys, a couple weeks ago. It is unclear what the story will be this time around for this latest Spidey. However, Daniel Richmond is now reporting that production on the sequel is set to begin on May 25th in the United Kingdom. It's going to continue on until October. That's 6 months of shooting. The last one ended with the world forgetting that the teenager Peter Parker was Spider-Man. That memory wipe included MJ, who's played by Zendaya, who no longer knows who Peter is. Tom Holland is set to return in his role as Peter Parker. There have been rumors that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire might be back as well for this one. When asked, Garfield was being cagey and refused to deny his involvement. Rumors are not unfounded. There's still no release date set up for Spider-Man 4, but it does sound like a 2026 release is being eyed for the film. The last installment, Spider-Man No Way Home, grossed a whopping $1.9 billion worldwide at the box office, despite being released in 2021 during the pandemic. And that concludes that article, guys. What do you think about this? We've talked about Spider-Man. I think it was last week we talked about Spider-Man 4. They said there was a delay. Now they're saying they're going to be shooting in May. So it seems like there's some convoluted stories going back and forth here. As far as this being shot in May, it could be that they're just keeping it extremely secretive, and there's just been a lot of speculation around it. As I've said, I have not heard any official word that Tom Holland has signed on to play Spider-Man. The last article pointed out that they expect him to come back and play Spider-Man, but it was not confirmed just yet. Once again, all this can be secretive, and they have the right to do that, especially for something like Spider-Man. You know, Sony has really made a huge impact on comic book movies because they do own the rights to Spider-Man. Marvel doesn't. It is obviously a Marvel comic book character, but Sony does own the rights, and Venom is kind of making his case for being one of the big staples for Sony as well. So I'm just really interested to see the direction that they're going in. It seems like they're gonna try to bring back possibly Tobey Maguire again and Andrew Garfield. I think if they do go in that direction, it's just kind of like copying the homework from No Way Home, and I think people will like it up front, but when they actually think about it overall, they're going to say, well, you know, we already saw this before, so we want to see something different here. I want to know what direction they go in. There's a lot of characters that can still be used as far as characters that are involved in the Spider-Man comics and the Spider-Man universe, so it'd be interesting to see if they actually bring some of those characters in to the fold. I'd like to see Shocker and possibly the Scorpion. I think those are two characters that we have yet to see in a live-action Spider-Man film that would actually be very cool, and I think the audience would be receptive to seeing them. It would also be cool to see the studio take a practical approach to these characters as well. I want to see more practical effects in these type of movies. I think that would be refreshing. It would kind of take it back to the days of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, which I think now when people look at those films, they realize, you know, those films are actually really good. Spider-Man 1 was really good. The fight choreography was really good, man. Willem Dafoe, dude's a killer Green Goblin. It was cool seeing him come back in No Way Home. And overall, it was cool seeing Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield back on screen together. Very cool moment. I'm not really even big into Spider-Man films like that anymore, but it was cool to see that happen. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the future has in store for Spider-Man 4. So with that being said, guys, in the comments, let me know what you think about this story. Do you believe they're going to start shooting this film in May? Do you think they're just being highly secretive about Spider-Man 4? Like I said, I understand the reason why they would be, but I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, share with a friend, and as always, be safe. It's Neff signing off.